starting the day off, or starting the video off right, with baking some bread, putting some bread in the oven. And am I a pro? No, obviously I'm not. This is actually my first loaf of bread that I've ever baked, doing somewhat the correct method, but anyway, I'll get back to that in a minute. Today, I made a jasmine matcha. So I reheated some jasmine green tea that I brewed the day before, and I used that to whisk the matcha and the collagen together. This was like heavenly. It's insane. It was so easy. Everyone can do this at home. It's not difficult, and I didn't have to do too many extra steps. It's kind of already like a little routine doing all the different steps, and it was a little overwhelming at first, but if you want to do this, you totally fucking can. It's so much fun, and matcha already has this like earthy flavor, and it's a little bit sweet, and when you add the jasmine element, that floral element, it's like otherworldly, and I'm really excited I made this little discovery because I will be making every matcha this way for the rest of my life until I make it different someday. Okay, anyway, I'm so glad I remembered this before I took a sip of this matcha, but I made these ginger shots so that I could start the day off, start my stomach off with ginger. I don't know why, I just felt like I should, and yeah. Anyway, here's my cat. Here's Beanie Weenie. He is sunbathing. He's a little lazy boy. Bean is such a precious boy, but oftentimes when he's screaming at me, I think it's for pets, and I discover it's because his butt is covered in poop. Anyway, moving forward. My whole kitchen smelled so amazing after this loaf came out of the oven. I was like in shock. Is it perfect? I guess it depends on what perfect is to you. It literally smells like a Cheez-It, and it's just fermented flour and water and salt, and that's it. I'm freaking out. I'm trying not to freak out. I do have to stop baking bread though, because I already had to put an entire loaf, that last loaf I made, in the freezer, sliced up, because like there's no fucking way in hell I was gonna be able to eat it all. She's beautiful. It looks like there's parts of it that aren't like fully cooked, and I don't care because I'm gonna slice it up and put it in the toaster anyway. If you're anything like me, it might be a little intimidating to try new stuff, because what if we fail? And what if it's not perfect? But the reality is that it probably won't be, and that's just fine. I encourage you to try something new, that thing you've been thinking about, considering putting off. Just give it a try. I've made the mistake in the past while doing one meal a day of making that meal so big that like I like don't feel good after it, and I like try to eat all of it because I'm like, it's in the name of health and I have to make sure I'm still getting all my calories in. No, I don't actually. But I do still really care about microbiome diversity, making sure I'm getting in like quality fermented foods and quality protein sources that my body can actually use easily without having to work extra hard, because our bodies already have to work so hard to go through the digestion process. It takes so much energy. So making sure that we're eating stuff that our body can just grab and go and start using and start putting to work, like that's pretty important. For the first time in my life, I've been honestly listening to the stories that I tell myself throughout the day about what I deserve and why, about who I think I am and what I think I'm capable of. And I gotta tell ya, I thought I was doing some pretty good work on myself, but sometimes those stories sound like voices of people in my life or people who have been in my life before, and they're not me at all. But I find them running my thoughts, running my subconscious thoughts, and my actions sometimes. And I just want to let you know, reprogramming the things you think are possible for you, reprogramming the beliefs that you have for yourself and what you're capable of is so important, because we don't get to decide how we get programmed as a young child, but we do get to decide what we believe and how we live our lives and what we believe we're worthy of and capable of. And I really encourage you to just pay attention to that. today was just one of those days where I wanted to play a little, wanted to play with makeup, feel cute, feel and create, and and I love it. I feel like I've got my motivation back, I'm taking care of myself again, and I'm ready to start creating, and I'm just really excited about that because honestly, yeah. You know, when you're just craving structure and you're craving routine and you know how good it feels to take care of yourself, but you're just a little bit far away from that. I spent the last week slowly adding stuff in, slowly getting back to a really solid routine, and one that challenges me at the same time I'm not like dreading, which is powerful. I think it's really important to say that there are seasons of life. There are different times in your life where certain things will be powerful and healing, and then other times when they won't be and you won't feel good doing them. And
I think it's really important to be intuitive with that.
I've recently been blessed with the ability to be a lot more picky and choosy with my time and how I spend it. And in doing that, I decided I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn something new and be surrounded by people and in a culture that I really, really enjoy. So I got this job at this back shop. It was so much fun working here, and I learned so much new stuff. I really wanted to do it so that I could work on my own skis and work on my family's skis and equipment and know what I was doing, because like how empowering is that, you know, loving to do something, skiing, and then knowing how your equipment works, like that's so cool. But I was kind of a beginner when I started this. I didn't know what I was doing. I had a bit of a foundation, but it was a little shaky, and I had to learn. And that can be really intimidating. That can really make you feel stupid, being an adult and learning something new. But in the long run, you will go so much further in life if you let yourself be a beginner, if you let yourself try something new, if you let yourself experiment and see what you like. And guys, like, you only stand to learn and grow from putting yourself in positions like this. I highly encourage trying something new.
Genetically, why is there so many cultures around the world?
What we put in our body matters, and for funsies, I made these ginger shots, but I hope you don't think that my mindset was I'm gonna fix my whole world with ginger shots. I just kind of thought it was fun, so just wanted to say that real quick. I am making a caprese salad here, and for a little while, I worked at this Italian restaurant in Spearfish, South Dakota, and the restaurant was called Nona's Kitchen, and it was so fun. Such a transformational time in my life, and for me in the kitchen, I got to learn some basic kitchen skills and also kind of got to see how recipes come together and why certain parts of recipes and directions exist, and that was really fun. One of my favorite things though about this restaurant was the caprese salad. It was so delicious, and the elements of the salad, the reasons behind why everything was added on, it was just so interesting to me. And so I put a little spin on this salad. I topped her with some Parmesan cheese, some minced pepperoni, and yeah, look at her, she's glowing. Oh my god. And you guys, this was so delicious. Take the time, make yourself this salad. It's not that hard. Anyway, I batch made some kale sausage tortellini soup, minus the tortellini because I didn't want to buy freezer tortellini and I didn't have the energy to make them. Nonetheless, the soup is fucking amazing, and I made a big batch of it so that I could just wake up, put some in the microwave, put some on the stove, warm some up, and eat breakfast and not overcomplicate things. Plus, I was already making that caprese, so, you know, I wanted simple as I could make it. I'm making myself another jasmine green tea matcha, and yeah, I already talked about this. I'm fucking obsessed with these. They're super easy. They're not like out of the way if I'm already making a matcha. And it's like such a fun morning ritual to start the morning with a hot warming drink that you know is full of powerful like benefits. There's anti-cancer benefits, there's antioxidant benefits, and yeah, at least half the time I am pouring half of it out on the counter, which which is a little annoying, but hey, that's life. That's the reality of being a human being, and I'm not gonna hide that from you because that's embarrassing. Before I have been eating my meals, I've been taking a second and just sitting with everything that I've created, sitting with everything I'm so lucky to have in front of me, and just like acknowledging it, you know? As someone who's like struggled with disordered eating and like overeating and mindlessly eating food, I find it super fun to have little practices like this. It helps me remember that this is for the nutrition of my body, that this is all in the name of the health of my body and the planet and the people, whatever. Anyway, you know what I mean. It's mornings like this, these slow, mindful mornings where I wake up and I hydrate and I sit with myself and I think about what I want from today, and I just like swim in a pool of gratitude for where I am and what I have going on. I am incredibly lucky and grateful for the life that I'm living right now, and these slow, sweet mornings where I play with my little kitty and give her little kisses on the mouth. I wouldn't trade them for the world, and getting to record them and see them, like I'm gonna have this forever, this gorgeous memory of me in a cabin on a cozy morning with my sweet little old lady. Just so much love. So here's a little of that for you. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it inspired you a little bit to try something new, to get in the kitchen, and yeah, have a great day, you guys. Thank you.